ball, finds the hole up the middle.
Steps up, goes deep left side, receiver open, counting, touchdown Titans! Takes a nice shot outside the goal box and he will break the 0-0 tie. Fantastic shot by Kenloff Solon.
Giller makes a move, a good one, opportunity here, the Bears score! The Bears strike first.
He's at the 40, he's down to the 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Jalen Bryant. Why not? What a beautiful run.
Maureen there, fights her off the puck, opportunity here, another sit, and a goal! Second chance effort for the Pioneers.
Put the icing on the cake, if you will, Mike. Let it go down and got to the outside and said good evening and good night.
Howdy everybody and welcome to Mahtomedi High School, home to the Zephyrs. Tonight the Raiders from Hastings are in town to take on your Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Alongside John Miller, I'm Jeb Brand, glad to have you with us.
It's good to be here, Jeb. We got two teams sitting in the Metro East, both tied. We got the Hastings Raiders sitting at 2-1 in conference, 5-6 overall, and then we have Mahtomedi who are 7-4 overall. Now let's get into some key players of the game.
You touched on it. Some key players to keep an eye on tonight for the Zephyrs. Number 11, Kendra Hansen.
Yeah, Kendra Hansen had 46 kills last season, and that was only as a freshman. She's having a great year so far. Now let's take a look at the Hastings Raiders star player of the game.
And the player we're going to watch tonight for the Raiders is number 1, junior Marissa Stockman.
Yeah, Marissa Stockman, her height should definitely be a huge factor in the game, not only on offense and defense. We'll see how she does.
Both teams are sitting in the middle of the Metro East standings. We'll see who's going to bring it tonight. The Raiders, the Zephyrs. Tip-off's next.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. Picking a college, man. You and us go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
And welcome back to Mahtomedi High as we get set here for the Raiders and the Zephyrs. A little Metro East showdown as both teams are found in the middle of the pack thus far. The Raiders just a game below 500. The Zephyrs on the other side, John, just slightly above 500.
Yeah, they're playing great this year. They may be in the middle of the pack, but they're sitting at 2-1 in the conference. Both of these teams are, so they can take advantage of today's game. Whoever wins will be right back up near the top.
Absolutely. Should be a good one tonight. Some key players to keep an eye on both sides. The Zephyrs, the hometown, will serve first. Set to the backcourt, played up nicely. Up front, far spike and a nice dig there now. Far side right in front of us sent. Up into the rafters, and the Zephyrs strike first as Julia Pilla with a nice spike there.
Yeah, Julia Pilla just came up with the smack. Defender wasn't able to handle it. She hit it right back up on the ceiling. Score 1 for the Zephyrs.
Back to serve now for the Zephyrs is number 3, Sophie Kramer, a senior. A vicious overhand serve. Raiders able to play it. Just tipped up front, barely gets over. Nicely done by the Zephyrs as they send it over. The dig is good, now sent over by the Raiders. A set and a spike, nearly tipped at the line there. All the way up to the front. Tapped over and unable to handle it there. The Raiders able to get their first points here tonight.
Yeah, you saw Sophie Kramer get that hit. She just wasn't able to handle it and hit it out of bounds.
Now back to serve for the Raiders is 21, Taylor McVicker. She sends it over. It's played up. Kramer set, a spike and a nice dig there as the Raiders tip up. Pilla's there and now hammered down Beautiful defense there by Marissa Stockman as she was able to get the block and get the Raiders another point.
Yeah, we talked about that size being an advantage in the pregame. We saw it come to light right there.
Stockman assisted there with number 22, Langenfeld. Beautiful block.
I was actually hit by Langenfeld.
Played up front here. Tipped backside and hammered down. A beautiful spike there by Pilla. The Zephyrs pick up a point, all knotted up at 2 as now Pilla will serve. And that one rolls off the fingertips, an easy point there for the Zephyrs.
Yeah, Lexi Gray just wasn't able to handle the serve and right off the fingertips.
Mahtomedi takes an early 3-2 lead as Julia Pilla again now back to serve. Played up nicely, far side. Spike from the backcourt, nicely done by Langenfeld, but the Zephyrs able to cover. And that's one of our key players, Hansen there with a big spike. 3 Raider defenders unable to keep the ball in play.
No, she absolutely demolished that ball. Raiders defense was not able to handle that.
Pilla again now on a 3-0 scoring run. The Raiders are unable to corral that one as it bounced all over and Langenfeld unable to get the ball in play. Again, Julia Pilla sends it over. It's played up front. The set is good. Langenfeld unable to connect there, and the Zephyrs again, with strong defense, pick up another point. They jump out to a 6-2 lead. Pilla floats one in. It's played there. Set tipped up. Pilla is there to play it. Set back corner, and a beautiful play there by Sophie Kramer.
Yeah, Sophie Kramer just took the rebound off that. Hit it where Hastings was not.
So key there to keep her eyes up to see exactly where the defenders were. Able to find a soft spot in the defense. Quick break here as Hansen with the retie of the shoes. Now Pilla on a 6-0 run. Sends it over. Played awkwardly. And they're going to have to just set one over. Played up front. Set and the hammer. Nice spike there by Natalie Morgan.
Beautiful set, beautiful spike. Nothing Hastings could do about that one.
Sophie Kramer has been the setter for the Zephyrs thus far. She's done a fantastic job as head coach for the Hastings Raiders. Rita Gergen decides to take an early timeout.
Yeah, you just see that. Great setup, great spike. Defense could not stop that one.
So the Zephyrs jump out to an early 8-2 lead as this one was close early on, and beautiful serving by Pilla. Let's take a look at the Metro East standings.
Yeah, we still got Mahtomedi sitting at 1-1 overall in the standings. Same with Hastings, they're both tied. Mahtomedi sitting at 7-4 overall, Hastings at 5-6. This game will put one of these two up higher in the standings, set them up for the rest of the year.
And you see the Fab Five, some of the schools that we cover are all knotted up at the top of the list there, so good to see for TV 19.
Yeah, great teams to cover.
Pilla again sends it over, unable to corral it, and hammered home there by the Zephyrs. That was a good one.
Yeah, Natalie Morgan, ball came her way. She said, "This is mine," spiked it right over the net.
Pilla again continues. This one's going to go deep. And the Raiders with a nice break as Pilla with a nice job serving there went on a good run. 9-3 is now Stockman for the Raiders back to serve. She's got a heavy serve, sends it over. And it's played up nicely. Hansen hammers one down. That one's in. A beautiful shot there by Kendra Hansen.
Yeah, the Hastings defense does not have an answer for these Zephyrs, for this Zephyr offense.
Now back to serve for the Zephyrs. Brianna Wintz. And it's sent up front here. The Raiders with an opportunity, tipped at the line. And they tap it over again. Nice volley going on. They send it up to Hansen, and she hammers it home.
Hansen could just not be stopped, Jeb.
Absolutely. 3 kills already tonight. It's early on. And Mick Vicker for the Raiders was unable to dig the vicious spike by Kendra Hansen. Only a sophomore, John. We talked about it in the pregame. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, she had 46 kills last year as a freshman. Just imagine how good she is going to be when she gets to her senior year.
Absolutely.
I tell you what, though, her size definitely makes her look like a senior. And she's taking advantage of it.
That she is. Sent all the way back now. As the Raiders try to move it up front, it'll be a backcourt spike. They play it over. And a nice tricky little play there. The Raiders able to cover. They send it backcourt. Set, and Hansen again. Tipped at the line. The Raiders able to play that one. A little bit of volleying back and forth. The set blocked there, and a nice effort. Let the Zephyrs come up with the point. Nice volleying back and forth by both squads.
Yeah, Hastings with some nice volleys, try to get it over the net. Once again, Hansen was right there on defense this time, knocked it down.
It's sent all the way back. Hansen's there to tip it. McVicker unfortunately came too quick, with no answer for it.
Speaking of great defense again by Hansen, there she was.
Now Wentz, the senior, sends it over. It's played up front, and McVicker's unable again. The passing right now by the Raiders, not exactly like they would hope. And again, Gergen, the head coach of the Raiders, elects to take another timeout here early on in this first match.
Yeah, this front line for the Raiders doesn't look like they really have an answer for the height that Mahtomedi has on their team.
Now the Raiders certainly having a tough time getting it up to their setter, Taylor McVicker, and that's been all the difference thus far. Folks, we want to remind you to join us on social media. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TV19sports or follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/TV19sports. Keep up with all the latest action.
I like them on Facebook, do you?
Absolutely. And tune in every other Wednesday night as my partner here tonight, John Miller, hosts our Sports Path. We'll have a little bit more details on that later on tonight in the broadcast. Back to action here. The Zephyrs lead it 15-3 as Wentz with the serve.
Yeah, Hastings needs an answer right here, right now, or this is going to get ugly.
They're able to play it over, but the Zephyrs are there. Again, Hansen on the outside. And that one didn't see the exact call.
Looks like it
counted. Another kill.
That's another kill. That makes 4 for her on the night. The way she spikes the ball just doesn't look like Hastings could stop it. I don't even think anyone could stop it right now.
Wentz again sends it up. McVicker the set. Spike far side. That's a tough one. Nicely placed there by Josie Pekois. And she gets the Raiders a point. They trail 16-4. Now back to serve is Tori Brake. Sent up by Wentz. The set. This time it's tapped over. Easily played by the Raiders. Again, Pekois sends one up. And it's tipped at the line. It'll be another point for the Raiders. So a good timeout that time by Gergen has sparked up the offense a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like it's just what they needed. They're on a little scoring run. Let's see if they can keep it up. They need to get themselves back in the game.
Wentz sends it up. Nice tip. Again, Hansen. And this time the defense shines through as Lexi Langenfeld was there for the block. First time tonight that they had an answer for Kendra Hansen.
Yeah, we saw them use that size. They got to use the size because Hansen will take advantage of that.
Sent softly. Wentz there again. Kramer the set. Backside this time. The Raiders are there to block. Up at the line. Another tough play, and that time the Zephyrs are able to come away with it. As that'll end a quick run for the Raiders. It gives Mahtomedi a 17-6 lead. Now back to serve is Lauren Hall, the junior for the Zephyrs. Hall with a nice serve and no answer there as Haley Anderson had a tough time digging that one out.
Yeah, this Hastings defense does not look like they came to play today. Let's see if they can step it up because they need to get back into this game.
18-6 now as Hall sends another one over. Corralled nicely there. McVicker, tough set backside for Anderson. And Mahtomedi with an answer. They send it cross side. And nice play there for the Raiders to keep that ball in play. As now Hansen again. This time they might have found an answer for Kendra Hansen as Lexi Langenfeld with her second block on the elusive sophomore.
Yeah, Lexi Langenfeld stepping up to the plate. Somebody's got to stop Hansen.
Back to serve now for the Raiders is Sharfie as she sends one over. And that one's going to fall just inside. Tough play for Brianna Wintz as that one was just inside the line. A nice serve there by Sharfie.
It's a nifty little duck, though, don't you say?
Great at dodgeball.
Yeah.
Sharfie again sends one over right into the soft part of the defense. Hansen says the cross by. It's played over. McVicker set spike, and it's good. Count it for Josie Pakuas again.
Yeah, look, Hastings now going on a little run. Hansen's out of the game. Now's their time to do it. Pakuas with back-to-back points for Hastings.
Take another look here as the kill for Pakuas. Wintz is able to play it up. The set. Hansen on the opposite side now. Raiders able to answer. Pakuas again tries to tip. Set far side. And a call on the play there will give another Raider point, as I believe an illegal shift. So it's 18-10, the home team Zephyrs. Sent up now, Wintz, the set. Spike is good, and that time it was Katie Rosavi getting the point for the Zephyrs.
You know, Mahtomedi looks like they're having great ball movement, setting each other up, scoring points. They're on their game today.
Hansen now back to serve. It's played far side. McVicker's going to have to just knock it over. Wintz is there. The set right in front of us, and that one's going to catch the back wall. Julia Pilla unable to snap that wrist down.
And she smacked that one almost out of the stadium.
Got to snap the wrist downward if you want to get the kill. So the Raiders pick up the point. Now a punishing serve there, and a nice job by Wintz. Pilla sends a light one, and it's no match for Marissa Stockman, as she was there all day, the easy tap.
Yeah, Marissa Stockman and Langenfeld really stepping up for Hastings, getting them back in the game. 19-12 now. They were down by 13 1 point.
Nice run by the Raiders as they're on the road in this hostile Zephyr crowd. Sent over again, Hansen from the backside. Try to set back to her, a little miscommunication, but they're able to get it over. McVicker sets the spike, and that one's in, good. Mallory break on the kill for the Raiders.
Yeah, that one looked a little long to the Zephyrs. They let it go. Score one for Hastings.
Lauren Hall now the primary setter for the Zephyrs as McVicker continues to set for the Raiders. Back to serve is Anderson. 19-13, Mahtomedi leads it here in this first match. Played up, the set, and the tip. A nice spot there, and a crafty little play that time by Rissovi.
Yeah, Marissa Gustafson just hit it right where they weren't.
Sent over there. McVicker the set. Stockman, nice job readjusting to the left as she just needed to tap it over. Able to get the point. That's a key player we kept an eye on early on in our pregame. The juniors for the Raiders has been electric thus far tonight.
Yeah, she's just a junior as well, so both these teams have some good stars to take them far next year.
The set, Pilla sends one back corner, and a break unable to corral it as the Zephyrs grab the point. 21-14 now. Mahtomedi leads it. As we got a substitution in. Lexi Gray comes in for the Raiders. And now for the Zephyrs, Sophie Kramer makes her way back in as she'll be set to serve. Kramer was doing the primary setting for the Zephyrs, so it'll be interesting to see if they can get her back up to that front line.
Exactly. She was all over the place at the beginning of the game.
McVicker the set. Raiders have to just bounce it over. And there it is. Nice job there by the Raiders to corral it. Wentz, Kramer just missed time to jump there. An easy free ball. And what looked to be an easy free ball drops in as Hansen finds the soft part of the defense, and a little miscommunication by the Raiders there.
Yeah, it looked like 3 people crashing in. Didn't know who was going to get it. Hansen just laid it right in there. Score another one from Mahtomedi.
Gray to McVicker. Raiders tough play there at the line for break as her in the net. Got a little gobbled up there. Now Kramer again back to serve, 23-14. Gray's able to play it up. McVicker with the set. Sent over, nice job by Wentz. The set's good. Pilla sends one over. Played back up, McVicker again. Stockman with the big spike, but a nice block by the Zephyrs. And make their way back up. They reset. Hansen up to Kramer. Pilla with the spike, and another nice dig by the Raiders defense. Sent over this time, and that one falls just out of play. And that'll give a match point here for the Zephyrs. A nice volley back and forth.
I tell you what, Jeb, all those plays are made by Pilla. She saved it on defense, she saved it on offense. Leads to a Zephyr point.
Match point here for the Zephyrs. The Raiders send it over. Wentz plays it up. Kramer, the set, and they find a point, and the Zephyrs will take match 1 with a final of 25-14. So a good first match, John, as a little back and forth. The Raiders battled back a bit.
Yeah, the Zephyrs jumped out with the big lead. Hastings had a nice little comeback in the end. Hastings had no match for the front 3 of Mahtomedi.
The final after the first match here, Mahtomedi jumps out 25-14. They take match 1. We'll be right back with match 2 right after this. Stay with us.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our technical skills, our math, our engineering skills. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our organizational skills, our problem-solving skills. You're going to need our determination, our honesty, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
And welcome back to Mahtomedi High as the Zephyrs take the first match, the final of 25-14. And we highlighted a couple of players early in our pregame for the Raiders. Number 1, Marissa Stockman, John, had a nice first match, even though her team came up short.
Yeah, Marissa Stockman really seemed to be the only answer that Hastings had for Mahtomedi, blocking Hansen's shots. So let's see if they can continue to use that, stop Mahtomedi, maybe win game 2.
Exactly. On the other side, you touched on it. Kendra Hansen, only a sophomore, but 5 kills, early there in that first match.
Yeah, she had 5 kills. Didn't really look like Hastings had an answer for her. Her spike just looked absolutely unstoppable.
So we'll see what the Raiders decide to do here for game 2, if they change up the game plan slightly or stick with their strong front 3, as they were able to block a few on Hansen late there. It seemed like they kind of figured some things out, just a little too late.
Yeah, it looks like they put not only Stockman up front, but also Langenfield. Langenfield had a really impressive second half of the period in order to stop Hansen. And not only Hansen, but she was also stopping Pilla, too, who had some great spikes.
As we get set here now for the second match as the teams switch sides here.
So we need to see is Hastings need to take advantage of the momentum that they built at the end of the first quarter and make a little run here to start the second quarter.
Absolutely. They once they started to mount something, it was just a little too late.
Yeah, it looked like they started out a little rusty off the gates. Maybe that's because they warmed up first and Mahtomedi warmed up second, so Mahtomedi still had their juices flowing.
Absolutely. Maybe a little bus legs. It's not the closest trip from Hastings up here to Mahtomedi.
Yeah, exactly.
So as we sit here and get ready for match 2 in the beautiful stadium here, the Zephyrs Gymnasium.
They got a big screen TV here. They had a nice little intro with smoke and everything.
They got it all. This is relatively new, just built. So we're underway, match 2. And the Raiders jump out to an early lead. Is unable to corral that one was Brianna Wentz. First points go to the Raiders as Mallory Brake now with her second serve. Sent over lightly. Brake finds the soft spot as Hansen unable to pick that one up. 2 aces early for Brake.
Yeah, she's just putting the ball where Mahtomedi isn't. Simple as that.
Brake now with a little bit of steam on it, and Hansen sets up Stockman, and whammo, that one wasn't coming back.
Just like we said, they got to get the ball to Stockman and Langenfield. Got the ball to Stockman to start. Great spike. 3-0 lead.
Impressive kill there by Stockman. Brake now on a 3-0 run, sends it up, Wentz. And no one's there. A tough pass there. Needs to. The main objective is there to get it to Kramer, and that one just off the mark. The Raiders jump out to an early 4-0 lead by the serving of Brake. Brake again. Hansen now up to Kramer. Backside set. Big spike and able to dig it. Nicely done by Mallory Brake. A huge dig, and it ends up falling over for a point. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like that Mahtomedi came out for the second quarter. Maybe it's just that that side of the court.
That one falls just out of play, but a nice 5-0 run for Mallory Brake. Has now taken over for the Zephyrs is Julia Pilla. Pilla sends one into the soft spot. It's played up there. McVicker just has to send it over. Pilla up to Kramer. And Hansen with a spike and a nice dig there by Anderson. McVicker sets, tapped over, but unable to bounce it over was Tori Brake as the Zephyrs defense was strong up front.
Tell you what, that spike she had was insane.
McVicker the set, Stockman now nestles it over. Zephyrs have a little bit of trouble with it, able to get it over. McVicker again, the set. This time it's over. Played all the way back up front. Hansen has to tip it. And now McVicker again sets for Stockman. She sends it over. Unable to come up with the defense there was Natalie Morgan for the Zephyrs. The Raiders jump out to a 6-2 lead.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about coming into the quarter. Hastings had to start off hot. As you can see, the Zephyr defense didn't have an answer for Stockman right there.
Hansen sends one up. No one there for the Raiders is another kill for her stat sheet.
I tell you what, she hits the ball as hard as Brett Favre throws.
That she does. She's been impressive early on tonight, but certainly got to give some credit to Stockman on the other side. She has been matching the intensity of the overhand strikes.
Yeah, these two are going 1-for-1. It's like Rocky versus Drago.
Now back to serve for the Zephyrs is Wentz. Sends it up. The set is good. Tapped over into the soft part of the defense, and a nice spot by Langenfeld for the Raiders.
Yeah, the second quarter doesn't look like Hastings is doing anything special. They're just putting the ball where Mahtomedi isn't.
Exactly, name of the game. Now back to serve for the Raiders is Stockman. Sends it over. Wentz is able to play it up. And Wentz now sends it over just out of the reach there. Good hustle by Stockman, but that one rolls out of play, and the Zephyrs will grab the point.
Yeah, Mahtomedi is making a little bit of a comeback now. So just a little too hard of a hit. 21 couldn't handle it.
Sent over there, doesn't quite get over the net there. Just tough break there for Lauren Hall. As the Raiders regain the serve, they lead it by 4, 8-4. The Raiders match 2. The Zephyrs took match 1. Sent over, Hansen. The set right up front, sent far side. And that one jumps out of play. The Raiders will pick up another point.
Yeah, it looks like Gustafson just smacked it a little too hard. She did put it where the defense wasn't. Just a little too far out of bounds.
Now the serve by Tori Brake. It's played up front. Sent over, a nice spike there. A beautiful Katie Rosavi again, able to pick up the point for the Zephyrs.
Yeah, with Hansen in the back, somebody's got to step up front. Rosavi just spikes it down in there.
Kendra Hansen now to serve. It's a good one. Played up nicely. The set. And a double hit, it looks like, was called here. So the Zephyrs pick up the easy point, which is too bad. The Raiders with a nice dig there. Hansen again. Another great dig there. It's set. Spike. Beautiful diving play there. And the Zephyrs are rewarded with a nice point by Gustafson. But it was really the play by Lauren Hall there.
Yeah, it was an absolutely great dig. Gustafson just pushes it over where the defense wasn't.
9-7 now, the Raiders lead as Hansen back to serve. Again, sends a tough one over. Tipped up front, nothing the Raiders could do there. That was all set up with the nice serve by Kendra Hansen.
Yeah, Pilla has been having a great game up front so far.
Again, tough serve, but it's digged nicely, and now Anderson sends it over. Able to play it there. The set, sent back, just out of play there. Tough break as that was close, but the Raiders will grab the point. Now coming into the serve for the Raiders is number 20. This is Sharfie. She sends it over. Wintz is there. The set. And the spike by Pilla is dug out nicely by Anderson. Bounced over by the Raiders. Back set this time. Hammered down. A nice job by Rizavi as she picks up the Zephyr point.
Yeah, Hastings has Stockman, not only Stockman, and Lexi Langenfield out of the game. They're two tallest players. Mahtomedi needs to take advantage, and you're seeing it right now, making a little comeback.
Gustafsson now to serve. Sent all the way back. This is going to be a tough one for the Raiders. They're able to, tough break there as they were called for the carry. Looked clean to me, but I'm not the official.
Yeah, Slipka didn't look too happy right there, but call's a call.
Gustafsson this time just a little too far out of the reach as the Raiders reclaim the lead now, only by a point, 11-10, they lead it. As back to serve is Haley Anderson for the Raiders. Sent up front, the set and the hammer. A nice one there by Morgan this time for the Zephyrs.
Yeah, Morgan's been having a pretty solid game so far up front. Her, Pia, both those two. As you see, just slams it down right over the top. Really
And
nothing
now
you can do to stop it.
Sophie Kramer back in to serve for the Zephyrs as we're all knotted up at 11.
Yeah, it always seems like the Zephyrs come back or they score some points when she's in there.
Stockman with the hammer, and nothing the Zephyrs could do as she went down the line that time. There was no one there.
Yeah, it's good that Hastings has Stockman back in the game now. Maintain this lead. It was just tied up, 12-11. See if they can score some more points.
Mallory Brake to serve. She sends a good one over. Hansen's able to set up. Kramer tapped there and up front. And it looks like a net violation on the Zephyrs. Will give the Raiders another point. They lead it now by 2.
Not good for the Zephyrs. Kendra Hansen's been awfully quiet in the second quarter, Jeb.
Brake sends one over. Set there, a tough one. As it's out of the reach for Watkins. Just bounced out of play, and that'll be another Raider point. They lead it by 3 as Mallory Brake again to serve. That one's not going to quite make it over. A good run.
Hastings needs to take advantage of when they got the ball. This Zephyr team's ready to pounce.
Lexi Gray comes back in. Anderson plays it up front. Tipped up at the line there, but Mahtomedi sniffed that one out and was able to get the easy point.
Hanson must have heard me that she needed to step up, and there she was.
Now it's sent over. Anderson plays it up front. The set all the way over, and Mahtomedi's there to answer. Played all the way up. Anderson has to just tip it over. And now the set. Pilla sends it over. That one's just out of play. The Raiders come away with a point that looked like it was going to be an easy Zephyr point there.
Yeah, Pilla's got such a hard spike that sometimes, we've seen it this game, she's been hitting a little too far out, especially in the second set. She just needs to get it down a little bit. Those are easy points. Langenfeld checks back in and right away makes a difference
as the Raiders now lead at 16-13 here in match 2. Match 1 went the way of the Zephyrs, and the Raiders are looking to tie it up.
You can see Langenfeld just smacking it down right there. That's what I was talking about. Langenfeld and Stockman in the game at the same time.
And now the serve by the Raiders. Wintz is able to play it up. Kramer the set. Hanson. Raiders able to get a few hands on it.
I'm sure those hands feel on fire right now. That spike was very hard. With another kill there for Hanson.
That'll make it 16-14 now. Hastings leads it as Wintz is back to serve. Gray plays it up. Backcourt set. Anderson sends one over. A nice one at that. Now up front. Tipped over. The beautiful tip by Marissa Gustafson.
Yeah, Gustafson's really been solid up front here in the second set.
16-15. Hastings leads it. Again, Wintz sends it over. Gray plays it up. Anderson sets it far side. Tipped over. Mahtomedi's there. Kramer the set. Hanson with the hammer for another kill. Count it.
That's 9 kills for her today. Whenever she gets her hands on that ball, unstoppable.
I think she heard you calling her out early because she has been on fire the last few minutes here as it's now all knotted at 16. Wentz sends it over. That one just outside the line. A nice job by Gray, as Gray is Hastings' defensive specialist, so she comes in as the key eye. And now Stockman back to serve for the Raiders. Stockman, the ace. Nice serve there, as no answer, as Pilla and Hanson looked at each other and neither made a move.
Nope, just hit it right in between them. They just stared at each other with empty eyes.
Stockman again now with the jump serve, which can be tough. It's got that dip on it. Hanson's able to play it up. Now Hanson tries to tip. Comes on back. The Raiders send it over. Wintz is there. Pilla unable to handle it there as the carry is called on the Zephyrs. Stockman again now with a 19-16 lead late in match 2. Raiders looking to tie it up.
It looks like Pilla's having a little miscommunication first with the Kramer, and then well, it was Hanson at first on the first play on that spike, and then the next play was Kramer.
That one by Stockman catches the top of the net. A good run nonetheless. The Raiders here now lead it by 2. Back to serve. Gray plays it up. The set far side. Langenfeld able to get it over. Now Hanson again with the hammer. And again counted another kill for Kendra Hanson.
She definitely heard me, Jeb. She has been on fire, leading this team to being only down by 1.
Lauren Hall back to serve. Sent over. Anderson plays it up. The set. That one catches the top of the net, but it's good. Anderson sends it back corner, and a nice play by Hall to keep that one alive. Anderson touches it to the middle. Gray up front. The set. Spike. Just in. Counted for the Raiders. Pecuis again for the Raiders comes up big here late.
Yeah, she hit it Hanson's way. Luckily, she just hit it a little too far away from Hanson. Hanson had no answer for that one. Great point there.
Now back for Hastings is Tori Brake. She sends a floater over. Nice set by Hall. The big hammer by Hansen is blocked nicely by the Raiders. Other side, hammered there. Raiders keep it alive. Anderson sends it over. Wentz up front. Hall the set. Hansen the spike. Again, the Raiders able to play it right in front of us. The Raiders with the point, and a huge one by Mallory Brake.
That was absolutely impressive defense right there by the Raiders. Some big spikes, some great digs. Point Raiders.
Big timeout call now by the Zephyrs coach Angela Heel. As the Raiders, as we take another look at that sequence.
Yeah, what you didn't see was the great digs in there before that, but it was finished off with that excellent spike.
A nice job by Hastings, really kind of bringing it together here in match 2. Definitely playing with a little bit more fire than they came out with.
Yeah, it looks like they weren't too happy with that first set, and they came out ready to play. Folks, here on Location TV 19, we'd like you guys to check out Sports Path every other Wednesday at 7 p.m. We got interviews, highlights, and trivia questions hosted by me, John Miller, and Sam Erickson. Check it out. It's a good time.
Absolutely. A lot of great coverage of all of our fabulous 5 schools and all the latest action. Like John said, interviews, highlights, and much more. Back to the action here as the Zephyrs set, tipped at the line. The Raiders are able to play it. Anderson now right up in front. It's tipped again. Now the set far side. Hansen comes with a hammer. Finds the hole in the defense. And it's 21-19. Hastings leads. And now Kendra Hansen is back to serve for the Zephyrs.
I can't seem to laugh every time she spikes it down because it is so impressive.
Anderson sends it up front. Back corner there, but that one just falls out of play. A nice spot by Pakuas, but unable to find the point. Is now Hansen, 21-20. Hastings leads it. Anderson sends it over. Tipped up front, and they're going to get called for a carry. Tough break there for the Zephyrs. Hastings here keying in on knotting this one up with a couple points.
Yeah, they're only a couple points away. They need to put this one, they need to finish this one off. Got to tie the sets up 1-1.
Sharfie to serve, sends a light one in. Hansen's there. Pilla now the set, and it's sent over by Gustafson. The set, and tip into the soft spot, and they find a hole in the defense, and now the Raiders are just 2 points away from tying this one up.
Yeah, Hastings hasn't really been winning this one with spikes. They've been putting it where the Zephyr defense is not, and it's a great tactic because it's working, and they're up by 3.
Second timeout called by the head coach for the Zephyrs.
Folks, we want to remind you to check out the many other shows we have on our sister station, GTN 16. North St. Paul Notes is a monthly program that showcases North St. Paul city staff, business leaders, and local residents. Tune in to Channel 16 every month to find out what's happening in the city of North St. Paul. Good things happening there, Jeb.
That they do. North St. Paul is a long-standing city, known for the big snowman.
Yeah, great boys soccer team this year as well.
A decent football team too, don't they? Last year, I know they went to state last year.
I think that South St. Paul this year is up at the top of the Metro East.
Okay. Exciting time as we close in on the football season. Back at it here late in match 2. The set sent over. Anderson's there for the Raiders. The set right in front. Unable to come up with it. The kill goes to the Raiders. Again, that was Pakuas, a nice one. And now the Raiders just 1 point off. It's match point, 24-20. Back to serve is Sharfie. She sends one deep corner. Hansen's there. The set. Pilla comes with the hammer. And it's defended nicely by the Raiders. Again, Pakuas try to find a soft spot. Tipped back over, a nice spot by Gustafson as they keep this one alive.
Gustafson has been all over the court this second set. Very impressive play.
And she'll get the nod on the serve here as they trail 3. They need to go on a run here to take this from the Raiders. Played up front. Anderson sends one over, a nice play there. And that one's tapped down. Good heads up by Mallory Brake as Hastings will take match 2 with a final of 25-21.
Great job by the Raiders in that second set, answering back from the first set. You know, in the first set, didn't really look like they came out to the play. The second set looked absolutely like a whole new team out there.
That they did. A nice job by the Raiders to knot it up at 2 as they take the second match, 25-21. We'll be back with match three, after this. Stay tuned.
You've messed up your son's haircut. Do you try to fix it? Work with what you've got? Or show solidarity?
Thank you, baby. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back as we take a look at a junior hitter there, Marissa Stockman. Huge game in that match too, John.
Yeah, we highlighted her before the start of the game, and she has proved us right that she is the player to watch for Hastings. She's had some great blocks, some great spikes, helping Hastings win that second set after a tough first set. Great second set for her.
Another player that stepped up huge for the Raiders is number 22, Lexi Langenfeld. As defensively, she was all over the place.
Yeah, she did the same thing pretty much as Marissa Stockman. Both were almost unstoppable there. They have a great answer for Gustafson and all the frontline girls there for Mahtomedi. But Gustafson for Mahtomedi had a great second set. She seemed to be all over the court. Sets, spikes, defense. Great overall play.
Great play by both teams as the Raiders come away with it to knot this one up at 1. Now Mahtomedi back to serve. This is Kramer. She sends it over. Anderson sends it up front. The set, and Stockman takes off where she left off.
Yep, scores another one, kills another one. Demolishes that ball almost as hard as Hansen does for Mahtomedi.
Her and Hansen are going to be battling for total kills come the end of the night here.
Yeah, this will be a great Metro East little rivalry there, Hansen and Stockman.
No doubt. Both Stockman 1 year elder, but we'll definitely be seeing each other for another couple of years. Now the set here is played over by Wentz all the way back. Anderson plays it up. The set, Langenfeld with the hammer. The Zephyrs unable to come up with it.
Our two players we highlighted from the second set, leaving right where they left off.
Morgan and Watkins were in on the block there, but unable to keep it in play. Now set over, just out of the reach there. Tough one for Wentz. You don't see that too often.
Yeah, you got to imagine this is not what Mahtomedi wanted to see coming out after losing the second set. You need to pick it up a little bit, score right here, get the ball to Hansen.
Now back to serve is the Raiders. They send it over. Tough one there through the wickets as Watkins unable to come up with it. The Raiders jump out to an early 4-0 lead here in match 3.
And you just see just too much to handle right there, right off the fingertips. 4-0 Hastings. This seems like just a repeat of the second set.
Sent to the nice job there of figuring it out by the Zephyrs. Now set, tipped over. Pilla's there. Now the tip back for Pilla is sent over. Now it looks like the Raiders want to touch the net. The Zephyrs pick up the point.
Yeah, it's going to kill the scoring drive for the Raiders. They really need to keep scoring, distance themselves a little bit more.
Now Pilla sends one over. Anderson plays it up. Set is good. Langenfeld sends it in, and Hansen looked a little slow to go there as that one finds the hole in the Mahtomedi defense. Now Stockman back. She sends it over. Played off the chest there, and unable to play it up was Kramer. And that'll be another Raider point.
Yeah, really nothing Watkins could do right there. Ball hit right off the net. All she could do was hit it right back into the net.
Stockman again, back to serve. Tough one, but Hansen's able to play it up. Kramer the set. Tipped up, nicely done there. Staying with it. Now the back set is sent over. That one's going to go out of play. The Zephyrs will pick up the point as Tori Breaks sent it far side, but just out of play.
Yeah, it seems like we're not calling Stockman or Langenfeld's name. Break is right there. So you can see, she just hits it right where Mahtomedi isn't, but that was not a score.
That one off the side of Wentz's hand on the serve, and it goes out of play. Now back to service, Tori Brake for the Raiders. Sends it up, Pilla's got it. Kramer the set. Hammered down nicely there by Watkins on the kill.
Watkins just smacks it home.
Now Hall back to serve for the beautiful serve for the Zephyrs, as nothing the Raiders defense could do there as she found a hole in the defense.
Yeah, Lawrence Halls has had a couple of great serves to start it off. Get Mahtomedi back in the game.
Hall again sends a tough serve back. The set, Langenfeld with the kill as two defenders for Mahtomedi were there, but neither of them could keep the ball in play.
Just too much strength in that Langenfeld spike right there. As you can see, just smacks it off. Nothing they could do about it.
8-4, the Raiders lead it as they did in match 2. Back to serve is Sharfie for the Raiders. She sends a floater. Pilla's there to play it up. The set and the spike by Hansen, but counted. That's another kill. I thought maybe the Raiders kept that one in.
Yeah, you do not want to see Hansen get going here for Mahtomedi if you're the Raiders.
Hansen now back to serve. A set there by Sharfie. It's played cross court. Good communication there. As now even Hansen with a kill from the backcourt. This gal is impressive, John.
Yeah, I think that's her 13th kill of the night. Whenever she gets her hands on the ball, she always seems to score. There you go. See, even when she barely hits it, it's way too hard for the Hastings defense.
Hansen again to serve, sends one over. It's played up, tough spot there, but able to play it. Sent to the back court. No one there for the Zephyrs as the Raiders pick up the point. They lead it now 9-6.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it went in between Wentz and Pillow right there, and they really couldn't do anything about it.
Now Anderson for the Raiders. She'll send one over with some steam. It's played up nicely. Now Pillow send it over. And a far side sent. Pillow's there. The set. Hammered in. With nicely played there by the Zephyrs. The Raiders now with an opportunity. Stockman sends one over. No match for the Zephyrs as that was a perfect set. Stockman hammered it home.
Just an amazing spike right there. Just throwing it down. Look at that. Unstoppable. Her and Hansen are just two great players.
Lauren Hall and Katie Rosavi were there, but Stockman battled right through it. Now Pillow with a big spike. Anderson's able to play it up. Set there over. Hansen up front. Now Lauren Hall sets for Pillow. And again, Anderson with a huge dig. Sent over. Wentz. Hall the set. Tipped over, but played nicely by the Raiders. Again, it's played by the Raiders. Some impressive defense, but just off the hands there. Pillow will get the point for the Zephyrs as now they trail by 3.
Yeah, Stockman and number 23 both went up for it. Weren't able to come down.
Gustafson now sends one over. Beautiful little serve there as she caught Stockman a bit off guard.
Yeah, it looked like it was just a little too low for her. She is so tall, so that one was very tough to get.
And now again, Marissa Gustafson sends it over. Stockman tries to tip it over. The Mahtomedi defense is there. Sent over nicely by Anderson. And Gustafson unable to come up with that one.
Great dig, great effort. Just wasn't able to get it on the court.
So the Raiders lead it now 11-8. Back to serve is Mallory Brake. As Brake sends one over, Pilla is there. The set by Hall. Pilla with the sends it over. Hastings unable to corral that one, but Stockman's there for the tip to pick up the point.
Stockman picking up right where she left off after the second quarter. That's why we highlighted her. And she's really stepping up to the plate, giving her team a 12-8 lead.
And now Brake again. Serves for the Raiders. Good serve. Pilla plays it up. Hall the set. Nicely done there, but a great dig by Anderson to keep the play alive. Hansen, Hall the set. Again, Morgan tries to go the opposite way. The Raiders are there to answer. This one tipped over. Another beautiful job. Sent over that time, and Hastings Raiders are rewarded with some beautiful defense, John.
Yeah, Natalie Morgan seems to always be there when you need her on defense.
Now break again, back for the Raiders, sends it over. Hanson up to Hall. Pilla with the hammer, but Stockman's there with a big block for another Raider point.
Stockman is taking over this game for Hastings, and that is just what they needed. With Langenfield out, Stockman in. It seems like Mahtomedi does not have an answer for her.
Take another look as Stockman with a huge block. Positioned it nicely right down into the Mahtomedi zone, and Mahtomedi elects to call a timeout as again they trail 14-8, much like they did in game number 2.
Folks, we want to remind you to check out other TV 19 shows, including Your Business Matters. Every month, Tom Snell and the White Bear Lake Chamber of Commerce bring in a guest who is either a business owner in White Bear Lake or has some connection to White Bear. This 20-minute show provides good insight into what issues are affecting many local business owners. Your Business Matters airs every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and Friday at 9:30 p.m. That's Your Business Matters, only here on Channel 19.
Gotta love it. Your Business Matters. Back at it now, Mallory break again to serve. Hanson plays it up. Hall sent over nicely by Natalie Morgan, and the Raiders did a nice job of keeping that one up, but the point goes to the Zephyrs, and now again Lexi Gray will come in as the defensive specialist for the Raiders. And for the Zephyrs, it's Josie Watkins comes in. Back to serve is Sophie Kramer for Mahtomedi. You don't see that too often. Lexi Gray through the wickets, and an early point for Kramer and the Zephyrs.
Yeah, that's actually the second time she's done that tonight. Just seems like the easy play, you know, setting it up. Seems like a can of corn for her, but she just drops it.
Kramer again back now, sends one the other way this time. Played up, set is good. Tipped up front. Nice readjustment by Pilla to keep that one alive. Now again, Pilla. And this time that one just catches the ground. Nice job by Pilla, but the point will go towards the Raiders.
Yeah, back-to-back great digs. Just couldn't stop the last one. Point Hastings. All right, you got Langenfield back in the game with Stockman.
Serve is up. Hanson plays it up front. Kramer the set. And a nice job there by Morgan to get the kill for the Zephyrs.
Yeah, she hit it right at Stockman and Langenfield. They didn't have an answer for her.
Pilla sends one to the middle. Anderson's there. Stockman with a spike of her own. Ooh, beautiful play there. As that one came right at the broadcast booth.
Gotta get out of the way.
And a nice job.
I didn't know what to do.
Beautiful job there by Hanson to keep it alive, but unable to keep it in play. 16-11, Hastings leads it. That one goes deep from Stockman. And the Zephyrs will get the spike back. Take another look at this one as it came dangerously close to our broadcast booth.
You can see us both jumping out of the way.
This one now played by the Raiders. Anderson will send it over. Wintz is there. The set by Kramer. Hammered down. Soft spot of the defense, and a nice job by Watkins to get the point for Mahtomedi.
Yeah, Lexi Gray with almost a great dig right there. Just couldn't get to it.
Now Wintz again. Sends it over. The set. Backhand over, and Hanson's there. Now Hanson. Spike again. That cross court is ever so deadly, and again another kill for Kendrick Hanson.
That thing's got to look like a Randy Johnson fastball coming at you.
She is so explosive from this side coming cross court.
Oh yeah, you can definitely just see it, all the power she uses to put that ball over the net.
This time Langenfield, and beautiful dig by Pilla. Again Langenfield, but this time Pilla doesn't have an answer.
Yeah, great dig by Pilla off a Langenfield spike. Langenfield gets it right back and is like, I'm getting it this time, puts it right in.
Let's take another look at the one that was counted. Alexi Langenfeld staying with it. Tori Brake will serve for the Raiders as they lead it by 3, 17-14. Brake sends it over. Pilla sends it up. Kramer's there with the set. Hammered down. It's tipped at the line. Good dig there. Now sent over. The point will go to the Zephyrs, though, with the carry by the Raiders.
Great hustle by number 23 there just to get that dig to set up Langenfield. Just a little penalty right there. Gives Mahtomedi the point.
Lauren Hall back to serve for the Zephyrs as they trail by 2 in this game 3. All knotted up at 1. That one sails deep. And Hastings will pick the serve back up.
It just seems like the last 2 sets, every time Mahtomedi had a chance to come back into the game or even tie it or take the lead, something happens and Hastings gets the ball right back.
Now Sharfie sends it over. Pilla's there. The set by Hall. Hansen from the other side, and Anderson with no answer.
Wow, Jeb. That was a spike. I don't think we have to say it again, but wow.
That one just about took Anderson's head off and knocked her back to the floor. Now Kendra Hansen will serve for the Zephyrs as they trail 2.
They got 15 kills on the day for Hansen. Insane.
Set up there, nicely tipped at the line. Now tapped over. Good defensive play by the Raiders as they send one over. This one sails out of play. Nice job by both sides, and the Zephyrs come away with the point.
That's a great dig by number 20 for Hastings, Sharfie. Unfortunately, the Raiders didn't get the point.
Hansen again sends it up. Anderson plays it up, far side. It's tipped over by the Raiders. Hall with the set. Gustafson sends it over. Played nicely there. Now sent back court. Wentz up front. Hall the set. Pilla sends one back. Raiders are there to play it. Far side. Raiders hammer it. Hansen with a nice dig. Pilla up front. Gustafson sends it over. Now the Raiders again. This time hammered down and unable to come up with it was Wentz. And a nice spike by Mallory Brake to get the Raiders the point.
Yeah, Mallory Brake stepping up with both Langenfield and Stockman out of the game. Using her height as well. She's almost as tall as Stockman.
Only a freshman is Mallory Brake. Pretty impressive as well.
She's playing with the big dogs tonight, Jeb.
That she has. Hall now. Pilla's able to play it. And once again, Stockman and the elusive defense is there. Kind of a crafty little player, Stockman is.
Yeah. I was just going to speak of Langenfield, just continues to match up 1-for-1 with Hansen.
Pilla plays it up. Now Pilla again sends it far side. Anderson's there. The set. Brake sends it over. Hall's there. Sent far side. Pilla with the hammer.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times this game, Jeb. She just hits it a little too far out. She's got great strength, just needs to control it a little better.
20-18, Hastings leads it here late in this third match. As now Gustafson is back to serve for the Zephyrs. Sent over, played up nicely, the set and the spike, and Brake is there to bring home the point for the Raiders as they look to take a late 2-1 lead if they can close out a couple more points.
Yeah, they've looked absolutely impressive after they lost that first set. Like, they belonged here. They got blown out a little bit in the first set, and they're like, hey, this may not be our home court, but we're going to win this.
They've made some good adjustments. Back set there nicely. It's sent over. Now played all the way back. Hansen got it away from her a little bit there, and they got punished for that one. Heads up play by Tori Brake as she was there to knock it home. Timeout called by Mahtomedi as they trail 22-18 here late in match 3.
You know, Jeb, I don't know if you remember, but in the first quarter when they were losing about 24-16, they called a timeout, and they've been on a run ever since, even though they lost that first set.
Yeah, it's been impressive. Folks, we want to remind you to check out our other TV19 shows, including Inside Healthcare. Jody Rataka brings you this monthly show, providing tips and up-to-date info on healthcare issues that often relate to women's health. The show airs every Wednesday and Thursday at 6:30. That's Inside Healthcare, only here on Channel 19.
As you've seen throughout the broadcast, we have some great lineup of shows on TV 19. Check it out, folks.
Yeah, John, you touched on it, man. The Raiders have looked impressive since late in that first match, but they ended up losing, but now they're keying in on taking a 2-1 lead here.
Yeah, if they would have started the game off this hot, they would have swept 3-0. I firmly believe that.
The Zephyrs got an answer for it as Morgan slams it home. Makes it a 22-19 lead. As the Zephyrs got to go on a late run here if they want to come away with match 3. Now back in to serve for the Zephyrs again is Sophie Kramer, the senior. She sends it over. It's a good one. It's played up front. The set. Stockman unable to slam it home. And the Zephyrs are there to play it. Pilla's able to hammer it. And that's a Zephyr point.
See, she may have, a couple of spikes she's had, it may have gone too far, but when she does get it where she wants it to go, it's unstoppable.
Again, Kramer back to serve as the Zephyrs trail by 2. Sent over. Anderson plays it up. The set is good. It's sent over. Easy ball there as Wentz plays it up. Kramer the set. Unable to come down with it there were the Zephyrs, and now Hastings just 2 points away from taking match 3.
Yeah, great play by Stockman there. Once again, showing off great defense.
Now the Raiders back to serve. Sent over. Hansen plays it up. Kramer with a fake set. Nearly fooled the Raiders defense. They're able to get it over. Now far side. Pilla sends it back corner. Anderson is there. The set is good. Back for Anderson. Sends one over. Catches the top of the net and bounces over for a Raider point. And that'll give them match point.
I feel like Anderson's been very underrated this game. We haven't said her name much, but she's been all over the court for Hastings. As you said, she's a scrappy little player earlier.
Absolutely. Now the Hastings with a match point. Pilla plays it up. Kramer the set. It's a back set. Hansen just sends it over. Gray is there. The set for Stockman. Hansen's able to play it. Now Pilla sends it back. Gray is there. Stockman tips to the middle. Catches the Zephyrs off guard. And the Hastings Raiders will take match number 3. And they lead it now 2-1.
Very impressive last 2 sets for Hastings.
This one was a close one, but the Raiders come away with a 25-24 win in match 3. We'll be back with set number 4 right after this. Stay tuned.
Chris Domine is a husband and a father. Chris is an athlete. Chris is even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris was facing a very different story because his kidneys were failing.
Basically, the doctor said, if you don't get a kidney transplant and if you don't do dialysis, you are going to die.
Fortunately, Chris received a second chance at life, made possible by an organ donor.
You know, your well-being changes, you know, from loss of hope to better times ahead.
More than 100 million people in America are registered organ, eye, and tissue donors. People of every age and ethnicity, because they believe it's the right thing to do. Imagine what you could make possible by leaving behind the gift of life. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
And welcome back as we get set for set number 4. You take a look at Kendra Hansen, the star for the Zephyrs, but her team trails now 2-1, John.
Yeah, she really seems like all the offense that Mahtomedi Zephyrs can do, and we've seen them the last 2 sets. They haven't been able to get the ball to her, and that's why they are down 2-1 right now.
Got to reshape the game plan to get the ball in the hands of Hansen.
Yeah, they also need to find a way to stop Stockman. She's been on fire.
Well, the Zephyrs able to play it over here as Sharfie plays it up. A beautiful dig there. Stockman sends it over. Just out of play. A nice job by the Raiders. Tough break there, but the Zephyrs will come away with the early point. Nice hustle play by the Raiders.
Yeah, that was awfully close. That number 23, I do not have her name on this scorecard, but she has been all over the place tonight.
You know, what's crazy is McVicker, the senior, was doing the majority of the setting, but you're right, 23's come in, kind of stole the show. Just too bad we don't have a name for her.
Yeah, she always just seems to be where Hastings needs her to be to set up Stockman or Langenfield or even break for a good score.
Now set over, and that one just out of play. You know, John, as I look at the Raiders bench, it doesn't appear that there's a 21, which was McVicker.
Maybe that's her.
But I would hate to call her by the wrong name.
That would not be a good thing, Wayne Jeb.
Well, the Zephyrs now take a little piece of the Raiders playbook. They jump out to an early 4-0 lead on the serving of Pilla, and that one hits the net. So the Raiders will grab the serve. Now they trail 3. It's 4-1 here early on, set 3.
Just what the Zephyrs needed.
Hansen sends it up front. Kramer the set. Tipped all the way back. Gray is there, but unable to keep it in play. And the Zephyrs regain the serve.
Yeah, great dig by Gray there. She may have had a little tough. As you can see, the fans behind me are getting loud, getting crazy. Zephyrs, they want the Zephyrs to get back in the game. Home court advantage.
Natalie Morgan is back to serve. She sets it up. Hammers it over. Anderson is there. Langenfeld sends it cross court. Sent over, but out of play there as Tori Brake tried to position one, but just out of play.
This is just what Mahtomedi needed. They needed to come out hot, and that's exactly what they did.
Now again, sent over. Anderson's there, a nice one to set. Don't see that too often, but Stockman unable to hammer it home. Great defense by the Zephyrs, and Hastings this time calls the early timeout. So we've seen a little bit of it all tonight. It's gone back and forth. This has been quite the boxing match.
Yeah, this is a great game overall, and we continue to see Haley Anderson for Hastings just with some great digs out there. Absolutely impressive. She may be the smallest kid on the court, but she can sure dig. Folks, we wanted to remind you here at TV19 Sports, we would not be where we are without the gracious volunteers that we do have. If you would like to volunteer, work camera, even maybe try your hand at broadcasting, call Arlen Becker at 651-747-3821 or Arlen Becker at onlocation.com.
Love to have you. It's always great to have some new faces helping us out. Back at it. That one slammed home. The Raiders are there to answer. Langenfeld capitalizes and is able to send it home.
That's a great start after the timeout for Hastings, getting a point, regroup a little bit. We saw their timeouts work in the first set, leading to the second and third.
Now back to serve is Marissa Stockman for the Raiders as they trail 5 here in set 4. Sent over, tough one there, and the Zephyrs unable to play it. Stockman picks up the point. It's 7-3 now. Mahtomedi.
Yeah, Bailey Marshall and Sophie Kramer just with some great effort right there weren't able to come up with the ball.
Pilla sends it up. Kramer. That one may have been just over as Langenfeld got a little greedy there.
Can't fault her for being too aggressive, especially being down by 4 points.
And back to serve for the Zephyrs is Lauren Hall. Quick timeout on the floor here as they reset everything. Now we're back at it. Hall will send it over. And it's played there nicely. The set. Langenfeld slams it home.
Throwing it down.
Langenfeld may have caught the net there. Yeah, she did, so.
Oh, that's unfortunate. As you can see, she just spikes it down. Yep, hand hits the net. Can't do that. Mahtomedi ball. And points.
Tough break there for Langenfeld, but
that was a great
rules
play.
are rules.
Yep.
And now the officials actually come together as they want to get the call right.
I don't know. It looked like both teams hit the net. It looked like Langenfeld got a little more of it.
All right, nevertheless, the point will go towards the Zephyrs. It's 9-3. Anderson sends it up the set. Hammered down, played there. They try to keep it alive as it's a free ball. Pilla's able to play it over. Langenfeld now, and at the set again. Sent over, this time no answer. There's a nice spike there by Pekuis is back in the game.
Yeah, when we hadn't been calling Langenfeld or Stockman's name, or even the freshman, Pekua has been right there.
And now back to serve is Torrey Brake for the Raiders. Sends it over, Hansen plays it. Hall to set. Hammered there, but a nice defensive play by the Raiders as they grab the point on that one.
Yeah, Langenfeld with just a good block right there. Score one for the Raiders.
Torrey Brake again now as their team trails by 4. Sent over. Pilla plays it up. Hall's able to get it up and over. Now tipped at the line. It's played straight up. Another set there, and unable to come up with it that time was Mallory Brake. Tough play as that one was set right kind of in the middle of no man's land.
Yeah, the freshman looked like she just misjudged it a little bit. But we need to go back to Mahtomedi. They need to feed the ball to Hansen.
And see if they can work that into the game plan here, as that was their key to success in that first match. They pick up a huge block point there. Got the Raiders slightly frustrated, and now Kendra Hansen's back to serve as they have a 6-point lead. Sent all the way back, this one with too much mustard on it. That goes deep. The Raiders will regain the serve.
Just a little too hard on that one. Wasn't spiking the ball this time, just serving.
Now Sharfie comes in to serve for the Raiders. Sends it up and over. It's played up front. Hall the set, far side. Left hand by Pilla, nicely done. That time tried to catch the defense off. Back set, sent over, tipped at the line. Now the set again. Tipped up front, and they come together, but neither is unable to keep it up. And that'll be a Hastings point.
Yeah, Mallory Brake with just the great read of the defense, expecting a spike, just tips it right over their head, redeeming herself for that misjudged ball on the last one. Good point, Raiders.
Sharfie now as they trail by 5. Sent over, soft part of the defense, nicely dug out there as Hall sets for Pilla. Anderson's there to play it. The set, Pekuis sends one down, and that one finds a hole. Unable to get to it was Hansen, and now Hastings starts to mount a little comeback.
Yeah, there's Pekua again, only down by 3 now.
Again, Sharfie for Hastings. Sends it up and over. Hall the set, far side. Pilla sends it down the line, and that one's in and good for the point. Nice job by Pilla to reestablish her positioning there. I thought she was coming cross court. But
yeah, we've seen her be a little too aggressive that time, or throughout the night. And this time she just gently put it where the defense wasn't. Great read there by Pilla.
Now Brianna Wentz back to serve for the Raiders, and that's an ace. Beautiful serve there as she caught the freshman Torrey Brake, the senior Torrey Brake off guard. And Wentz again sends it up. This time Brake plays it up. Sharkey's there to set. But they had an answer for the freshman Mallory Brake that time. Big defensive stand for Mahtomedi as they now have a 14-8 lead.
Yeah, Natalie Morgan continues to display great defense, as you'll see right here. Sticking her hands up, hitting the ball down, point Mahtomedi.
Anderson, Sharfie the set. It's played to the backcourt. Wentz is there. Hall the set. And now Pilla with a hammer. That one just out of play. Nice job by Torrey Brake as it's just able to get out of the way of that one.
Good break there for Hastings. Time to take advantage. We were just talking about her hitting it too hard.
Now Anderson back to serve. It's a good one. Sent up front. Hall the set. Tough break there. Hastings is able to play it. Now played up front. Hammered down. Might have caught a fingertip. Well, that one's out of play by Mallory Brake. And so the Zephyrs pick up the point.
Yeah, these girls don't know their own strength in this fourth set here tonight. A lot of balls going out of bounds. Being very aggressive.
Sophie Kramer comes in to serve for the Zephyrs. She sends it up and over. Sharfie's there to play it. That time the carry is called as Sharfie was unable to get her arms underneath that one, I believe. The point goes to Mahtomedi. Kramer sends it over. Anderson, good set, but it's out of the reach for break. Tough break. No pun intended for the Raiders there as Mahtomedi picks up the easy point.
Just looked like a little miscommunication between the pedal and the brake.
Again, I think Hastings got away with one there as a carry could have been called, but nonetheless, the Zephyrs get the point. And again, Hastings elects to call a timeout. Timeout called by head coach Rita Gergen for the Raiders.
Yeah, giving themselves a 9-point lead. Absolutely looking dominant in this fourth set. Hastings needs to answer back real quick. Folks, we want to remind you to like us on social media. That's facebook.com/TV19sports, or follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/TV19sports. So you can follow all of our latest action, YouTube highlights, sports games, and when our next shows are. Follow us on those two websites and you'll be up to date.
Absolutely. We'd like to increase our followers, so follow us, follow us, follow us.
Yeah, we have great production, great sports highlights. And all you high school athletes out there, if you're watching this, you could be our athlete of the week, so keep trying hard.
Back at it now is Kramer to serve. Catches Anderson up high there, and no other Raiders are there to help out. The point will go to the Zephyrs now as they lead by 10. 19-9 here, match number 4. Hastings leads it 2-1.
Looks like this is going to go down to the 5th set, Jeb.
I think you may be right, as Mahtomedi is kind of running away with this one. Again, through the hands of Sharfie. It's played to the back corner. That time a little too deep by Stockman. And now 20-9. The Zephyrs lead it. Stockman drops back into the second zone there. And it's still no answer for the nice serving of Sophie Kramer as she's got the Raiders on their heels at this point.
Yeah, the Raiders, nobody looks like they really want to step up in this fourth set. They kind of look exhausted, a little sluggish. Mahtomedi, knowing that they have to win this set, came out here to play.
Kramer again on a nice little run. Will send one over. Played up, tough play here. Stockman's able to play it. Sent over. Nicely done there as Stockman able to get back up to help out on defense. Now Anderson sends one over. The set by Kramer, far side. Pilla hammers it home. And a point will go again to Mahtomedi. But a nice job there by Marissa Stockman to be all over the court.
Yeah, I was just about to say that great, impressive score by Mahtomedi, but her running all the way to the corner of the stands and keeping it in, impressive.
Yeah, a quick stoppage in play here is the cord of the video production there nearly tripped up Marissa Stockman. Thankfully, no one was injured.
At least it's not our video production. It wasn't our fault here at TV19.
Exactly. 22-9, the Zephyrs lead it here. Stockman comes back strong with the kill, keeping them in the game here now as they trail by 12 late in match number 4. As they got to try to mount a little comeback here.
This is not looking good for Hastings. This is going to go in the 5th set, and it's going to come down to who's got the most energy, who wants it more.
Back to serve for the Raiders is the freshman, Mallory Brake. He sends it over. Hansen's there. Kramer the set on the outside. Brake's unable to play that one. Great hustle by Anderson, but unable to come up with it. The Zephyrs now 23-10 as Lexi Gray comes in again for the Raiders here. Back to serve is Pilla for the Zephyrs.
Yeah, if Mahtomedi wins this set, it looks like it'll be the first 5th set game between both these two teams all year. So who has the most energy definitely is going to play a part. Who has the best conditioning out of both teams?
It's been a great battle tonight as both teams have looked real solid on both sides of the ball. Match point here now for the Zephyrs, and that'll do it as Hansen's there to tap her home. Mahtomedi ties it up. 2 games aside as Hansen finishes it off. The final score 25-10. The Zephyrs take it.
Yeah, Hansen quiet all that fourth set, but figures that she's the one to end it.
So after 4 matches, we're all knotted at 2. We'll have our 5th and final match coming up right after this. Stay tuned.
My name is Carly. I'm 15 years old and I am a heart recipient. I got my first heart transplant when I was 1.5 years old. I got my second heart when I was 13. When I step out on stage, I think I'm communicating with people. I would like to tell them that I want to make a change in life. Like, yeah, you can have 2 heart transplants, but that doesn't stop you from doing the things that you love. When I get my driver's license, of course I'm going to say yes to be an organ donor because I've been saved twice. So who says I can't save somebody else? It's just the beginning of a new story.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
And welcome back as we get set for our 5th and final match tonight. 2 games aside, we take a look at number 12, Julia Pilla.
Yeah, in the fourth set, she did absolutely amazing. Kendra Hansen was kind of shut down a little bit by Hastings. Julia Pilla stepped up, scored a lot of points for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. This leads us into the 5th set. Here we go.
It'll be exciting to see who is able to game plan. Both coaches have done a nice job adjusting to the big hitters for both sides. So we'll see who the mastermind is tonight and which players step up for their respective sides.
Yeah, Hastings really needs to give the ball to Stockman. You saw that fourth set once she was shut down and she wasn't really a part of the game. Hastings goes down by 11 at one point.
Hansen's there. The tip is a good one right off the bat. Nice job there. And not the call the Zephyrs were looking for, as the Raiders will get the point. Tough break for the Zephyrs. Is a nice dig there by Kramer, but it'll go the way of the Raiders. So 1-0 here. Mallory Brake, the freshman, serves. Tough play there, but able to keep it up was Kramer. Wentz sends it over. Now the set. Stockman hammers it down. Wentz gets a hand on it, and Hastings jumps out to an early 2-0 lead.
What did I say, Jeb? They got to feed the biggest girl on the team. Got the most points. Let her throw it down.
Absolutely, that she did. Break again to serve. A 2-0 run here as she sends it over. Wentz is there. Kramer the set. This time tipped at the line. Unable to corral it are the Zephyrs, and now Hastings jumps out 3-0.
Stockman stepping up early in this 5th set. Just what Hastings needed. Mahtomedi is going to take a timeout right now, regroup. They got the crowd behind them, but the crowd has gone awfully silent this 5th set.
Good timeout there. Is now, don't let it get away too early.
Nope. As you can see, there's a great block there by Stockman.
Volleyball 3-0 can happen in a blink of an eye, but early on they were taking breaks when they're down 7 or 8. That's tough to come back, down 8 or 9 when the momentum was on the other side.
It sure is. I tell you what, if the Mortal Kombat anthem does not pump up Mahtomedi, I don't know what will.
Let's take a look again at the Metro East standings. The North Polars are sitting at the top, and both these 2 teams not in the middle.
Yeah, both teams sitting at 1-1.
Right. Hastings sends it over there. I apologize. They sounded the horn, I think, accidentally, and it threw everyone off, including a few of the players.
Yeah, everybody but the people who scored for Hastings.
Now Mallory Brake on a 4-0 run sends it over. Again, too much to handle for Wentz, and this is not what the Zephyrs were hoping for in this 5th and final match.
No, it is not, Jeb, but I tell you what, Mallory Brake, the freshman, has absolutely stepped up for Hastings. She's played a great game for a freshman, showing that she can play with the big girls. I'm impressed.
Mahtomedi needs to stop the bleeding here as Brake again sends it over with some steam, and that one's in for an ace. Big serve there.
6-0 lead there for Hastings. This is not what Mahtomedi I wanted to see going into the 5th set.
Head coach Angela Heel does some readjusting with their defense to try to put a stop to break serving. Again, sent up. This time Kramer the set. Tipped up front. Anderson is there. This far side set. Catches the line. A good break for the Zephyrs as they needed something to go their way, and they got just that.
You see what they did right there? They put Hansen right where they knew the pitcher would hit it right to her and set up that great defense.
This time Brake's able to play it. Now comes back to her. They call a carry on the Raiders, and so Pilla will go back to serve as they trail 4 here early in match number 5.
Yeah, let's see if they can mount a run right here.
Stockman mistimed her jump there. Tough break for the heavy hitter for the Raiders, and a good break for the Zephyrs as now they cut the lead in half as Julia Pilla again back to serve, sets it up all the way back. Sharfie needs to play it. Anderson sends it over. Wintz with a diving play. Stopped at the line. Now sent over. Gray plays it up. This time it's tipped over. Break. Far side. Hansen will send it back corner. Gray is there. Back set for Anderson. Wintz is there for the Zephyrs. And now Pilla sends it over. Anderson will send it. Break is there. Nice job by Pilla to play it. Hansen with the hammer. And the answer by Stockman. Tough break for the Zephyrs as they got their heavy hitter right where they wanted her. Stockman to answer.
What a great volley between both these teams. Even I went a little crazy right there. Great hit by Stockman, but I was more impressed about the defense displayed on both these ends, keeping the volley alive.
7-3, the Raiders lead it. Tough break there is not the call the Zephyrs were hoping for, and now Hastings continues to add to their lead. They're up by 5.
Yeah, they got Stockman and Langenfield right now up front.
Kramer's able to play it. Backcourt set. And Pilla with the big hammer, and Langenfeld unable to keep it in. A nice job by the Zephyrs.
Just what I was talking about. I kind of wondered why Langenfield and Stockman weren't up front the whole game, because we've seen Hansen play the whole game. These two did not play together.
And sent over. Langenfeld's there. Tough break, and Hansen's there for the smash. Another kill for Hansen. Count them up.
I don't know if my number's right, but I'm getting 17 right now. 17 kills on the day. Very impressive game for this young woman.
Natalie Morgan back to serve for the Zephyrs. Sends it over, and it's a good one. Played nicely by the Raiders. Gray sends one over. Morgan able to play it just a couple inches short. It catches the top of the net. Tough break for the Zephyrs.
Lexi Gray with a great spike over the net over there, away from deep.
Showing a little bit of backfield power.
Exactly.
Stockman now, the jump set, spike. Kramer's there to set. There's Hansen again. Hansen the hammer.
Scoring the last 2 there for Mahtomedi. That's what they got to do if they want to win this game. 6-9, down 6-9. This is a good one, Jeb.
And it is. It's coming right down to the wire now as the junior Lauren Hall back to serve for the Zephyrs. Sends it over. Anderson is there. The set is good. Langenfeld, I don't know if that was planned or not, but Pakuis, I think, a little bit caught off guard. Nevertheless, the Zephyrs now only trail by 2. Hall sends one over. Again, Anderson. The set for Pakuis. She finds the opening. A nice job there by Josie Pakuis.
That's what Hastings has been really good at all game, is putting the ball where the Mahtomedi defense isn't. See right here, just spiking it, nobody there. Right in between the 2 defenders. Great job by Pakuis.
Tori Brake now, the senior for the Raiders, sends it over. Lightly, Pilla's there, the set by Hall. Back set for Hammer. That's played off nicely by Hastings, and they respond. A nice job by Wintz. Pilla sets for Again, the hammer, this time on the opposite side, and Hastings can't answer. Big point for the Zephyrs.
Yeah, only down by 2 now. That play was awfully close. That ball could have went either way.
Now Hansen unable to get over the net there.
I think Hansen was just a little too amped up from that last play. Got the nerves going, down by 3.
We got a good one here as we come down the wire now. Hastings leads it 11-8. Sharfie sends one up. Hansen's got it. Up front to Hall. The set. Pilla on the far side. Count it. Nice job there by Mahtomedi. They pick up the point. Now they trail 2.
Mahtomedi looks absolutely amped up over there.
Sent over. This time bobbled around a little bit. Pakua sends it over. Hansen plays it up front. Hall the set. Hammered in, and they get another point there. And a nice job by Mahtomedi to find a soft spot in the defense. That was Natalie Morgan.
Yeah, that was an absolutely impressive spike. Hitting it towards the back line.
Wintz again sends it over. Sharfie with the set this time. Played all the way back. Hansen's there. Hall the set. Knocked down. A nice job by Hastings to try to recover. Beautiful play by Anderson to keep it alive. And now Pilla sends it back corner again. Hastings scrambles up towards the net. The Zephyrs are there. Again, another impressive volley. Hall the set. Hammered around. Sent all the way back corner. And now Hansen just lightly sends it over. Sharfie, the set. Hammered down by Break. Again, played by Pilla at the line. Gustafson sent all the way back far. Sharfie can't come up with it, and the Zephyrs come away with a very entertaining point.
Jeff, that was an absolutely insane volley. That is one of the most entertained I have been all game. Great volleys back and forth, some great digs. Mahtomedi just coming away with it. As Hastings, that's got to kill you just a little bit to play so hard not to come away with any points right there.
I'm going to need an oxygen tank here soon.
I was out of breath.
That was impressive on both sides. Hastings calls a timeout, and thank goodness, as we're all going to catch our breath and recap a little bit here. I think everyone in the gymnasium with a big smile on their faces. That was impressive.
Everybody but Hastings right now, you can see in the huddle that Mahtomedi does look like they got smiles on their face. Maybe that'll make them play a little less tense. Put this one away, maybe take the lead right here. We'll see.
Impressive volley. It ends up tying up the ball game. Exactly what we were hoping for. It was a close one here to round this out. 2 games aside for both sides. Wintz sends it over now. Sharfie the set. Break sends it up. Unable to come up with it. Great hustle there by Wintz.
Just what Hastings needed right there.
Hastings grabs the point. Now Anderson back to serve. Anderson sends it over. Pilla sends it up. Hall's there. Hansen from the backside. This time it's bounced around at the line. Anderson sets for Break. Tipped at the line there. Stockman's able to put a hand on it and grab the point for the Raiders.
Hastings answering back real quick. Some great bounces going Hastings' way, some great play. 2-point lead.
Take another look at that impressive back and forth volley. It went back and forth more times than we could probably count.
That play by Anderson was insane. Her almost hit one of her coaches.
Great hustle on both sides. Just very impressive all around. And just keeps going. Pretty impressive. Back at it now. Raiders 2-point lead. Anderson sends it over. This one doesn't quite make it. Good break for the Zephyrs.
We were talking about Anderson right after a great play. She did not need that right there. She needed to get that ball over the net, give her team a chance to go up by a little more. Now they're only up by 1.
Coming back in to serve now is Sophie Kramer for the Zephyrs. She went on a big run in that match number 4. Let's see if she can do it again. Break sends it up. The set for Stockman, a little off-center. Hanson's able to play it up. Kramer the set for Pilla. Blocked at the line. Heads up play by Julia Pilla to send that one back corner, no one home.
Yep, nobody was right there, but I tell you what, what's been killing Hastings this game is 23. As her sets recently have not been on point for Marissa Stockman. I tell you, get those balls a little bit closer towards the net, I think Hastings would have a little bit more of a lead right now instead of a tie ball game.
Sharfie's able to play it there. Now Stockman again back to Sharfie. Wintz plays it up. Kramer the set, the spike. Hastings is there. This one's a good one that time. Stockman unable to put a full swing on it though.
Yeah, looks like Mahtomedi touched the net right there. I'll tell you what, Jeb, my heart is beating and these aren't my hometown teams.
That's been a great one tonight. We couldn't ask for a closer battle as the officials come together to get the call right.
Great game though.
Now that it is, 14-13 currently Hastings leads as the officials make sure that a correct call is made. And it goes the way of the Zephyrs.
Seems like Hastings players want an answer about what happened right there.
Excuse me, so it's a replay of the play actually. 13-13 now the call. Sharfie plays it up. Stockman outside of the net, unable to come down with that one. Tough break there. I think you touched on it earlier though. They gotta get their sets a little closer to the net for Stockman.
Yep, they sure do, Jeb. Just the last two sets, number 23 just hasn't set him up enough, and she knows she said my bad a couple times. She's got to get it there. They want to beat the Zephyrs. Zephyrs got a good team here.
Head coach Gergen for the Raiders calls a timeout here as Mahtomedi is now taking the lead. This one's gone back and forth. Hastings jumped out to an early 4 or 5 point lead, and Mahtomedi crawls its way back in, and Hastings inched their way out again, and now Mahtomedi finally takes a 1 point lead.
Yeah, Mahtomedi has been tying the game, and now they finally got the lead. I don't think they're going to give it up here, Jeb. They got a lot of energy, and they got the home crowd tee behind them.
Kramer sends one over. Stockman now sends one back off the hands of a diving Hanson. That was a good break for the Raiders there, as that one nearly may have went out of play, but Hanson got a hand on it to save Stockman. So now match point goes by the way of the Raiders. Huge turn of events now as Mallory Brake is back to serve. It's sent up. Tipped over beautifully by Kramer, catching the defense off guard. And that was big. Huge play by Sophie Kramer.
Looked like Hastings really didn't know what to do with the ball right there.
Now the sent up, Anderson, the set for Stockman, and she hammers it home. Never a doubt.
As we were saying, they got to have a great set. There it is.
Back and forth we go, all knotted up at 15. They got to win by 2. This is impressive.
This is the best game I've ever called.
Hastings on the serve. It's sent over. Wintz sends it up. Kramer the set. Hanson slams her home. Unable to come up with the block is Hastings. So another kill goes in the way of Kendra Hanson. And now it's match point again for Mahtomedi.
That ball could have went either way. Tori Brake right there does not look happy about it.
Natalie Morgan back to serve. Match point. Langenfeld's there. Now she'll get the chance. Langenfeld with a big spike.
We're going back and forth here, Jeb. This is getting crazy. This crowd looks like they're on the edge of their toes.
And both teams are looking very impressive. Trading blows back and forth. Now Stockman tied at 16, sends it over. Tough one there, but Wintz is able to play it. And Julia Pilla was caught off guard there. A little miscommunication by the Zephyrs. A tough break. It brings up match point. And who do the Raiders have back to serve their best one? That's Stockman.
Maybe she'll get the ace.
Match point sent over. Pilla sends it up. Langenfeld with the kill. And the Raiders come into Mahtomedi, and they escape with a 3-2 overall win over the hometown Zephyrs.
That was an absolutely well-played game by both teams. Hastings just absolutely excited right now. Jeb, I don't know about you, but my heart's still beating it. I might not be able to go to bed tonight.
Very impressive. Like I said, I may need an oxygen tank. It was back and forth action. Hastings comes away with the win. The final 18-16 in match set number 5. For all of us here at TV 19 Sports, thanks so much for joining us tonight. From John Miller, I'm Jeb Brand. We'll see you next time.